Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this is a free webinar where we talk about footprinting. Now first of all, before going to the more further in this topic, we have our footprinting. So let's see what is a footprinting. So we already know Sherlock Holmes. He used to gather the information. So footprinting is gathering information. So if you do the footprinting, your 90% of hack is completed. We have the full information about the target. So we need to gather information as much as possible. What is footprinting? Footprinting is the first step of any attack on information system in which a attacker collects information about a target network. So we collect information about a target network. Now there are two types of footprinting. The two types of footprinting we have is passive and active. But first we have the passive footprinting. Then we have the active footprinting. Now the passive footprinting is gathering information about the target without direct interaction. So here we do not tamper with the data without direct interaction. Now active footprinting is gathering information about target with direct interaction. Here we tamper with the data, like if we do something, the victim will get a notification about it. So with direct interaction. So objectives of printing, we have knowledge of a security posture, reduction of focus area, identifying vulnerabilities, drawing a network map. So for this, we gather the information. Now we have the type of printing in front of us, that is passive and active, right? We have information about a target, like we can get organization information, network information, system information, and what are the objective of printing? Know the security postures, reduce the focus area, identifying vulnerabilities, drawing a network map. Now there are particular threats for the footprinting we have. That is social engineering. So these are the threats: social engineering, network attack. Let's talk about like what are the methodology. We are going with the techniques for a second. So footprinting techniques we have. Footprinting technique. So as promised, we have footprinting. These are all with the practical knowledge. So footprinting through search engine. Then we have footprinting through web services. And footprinting through social networking sites. All your Facebook, Instagram, that is the social media. Then we have website footprinting, gathering information about a website. Then we have email footprinting, gather information about the email. Then who is footprinting? DNS footprinting, domain name system footprinting. Network footprinting, that's a lot of topic to be covered. Maybe it will take till 6 p.m. or maybe 6:30. We will see according to the flow. And we have footprinting through social engineering. This is what normal people do. Because above steps require technical knowledge, and most of the people in our day-to-day life didn't have those. So let's start with footprinting through search engine. Now this is the most trendy topic we have, and this is what I do in my day-to-day life. Whether I need to submit, whether I need to prepare for something, I go with footprinting through search engine. So let me guess. What are the major search engine we have? We have Google, we have Bing, we have Yahoo, we have Baidu, and the most good and most, you can say, respective search engine we have in our cybersecurity life is DuckDuckGo for security purposes. Let me write it more clearly: DUCK, DUCK, and go. So attacker use search engine to extract the information. So there are some operators which we will use to gather the information. Most of the operators are cache, link. Let's go to the practical, but let me write the operator first of all. Related, these are the is2 mark. Info, site is2, and then we have all in URL or in URL. Let's get to the practical. Let's turn on our virtual machine. This you can do in your browser also, which you are using right now. Let's wait for the Kali to boot up. It will take time, but generally, now over here what we'll do is we will get the information with our Kali Linux, or you can use your web browser. You can do it simultaneously in your system also. So this doesn't require any particular software. All you need is a google.com. Now let's log in. I'm using Chrome as a browser. You can use any. All you need to go with the search engine, that is google.com. Now what people do is, let's suppose I have information that this particular website. So let me go with google.com first of all. I can search it over here, but it will more clear if I go with web page. Let me zoom in. Okay. So I have information that Amazon has the sale yesterday, but now it is clear. So I can go and see the cache page. So cache is to, then we have amazon.com or amazon.n. So I have written this. See, we are redirected to cache, and this is a snapshot of the page appear on 17 December, and this is where the cache has been stored. So we are seeing the cache version of Amazon. You can see the deal and all. You can go with this, the deal. So this is for your cache page. So you can see any cache page of any website. Then we have file type. So this is one of the most important topic. Let's say I want to start and I want to present some information about the footprinting. So I can write footprinting, then file type. is to PDF, or let's say I want to present a PPT. So I have all the footprintings PPT over here. You can just click over here and download the PPT, and your PPT has been downloaded. I don't think so. My Kinix is some software to open the PPT. You can use WPS Writer to basically operate your Word documents in Linux. So file type is very important if you are going for some interview and you don't have any time, or even you can go with PDF. So you have any information about any file and you just know about it, that this is the file present over the network. You can search the term and go with the file type. So here is the PDF. Now let's say I have a laptop. I want to buy a laptop. So if I search a laptop over here, I have Dell, Lenovo, and different type of website. Now I want a particular site to be present over there. So I want site is to Amazon.com or .in. So I have all the laptop from Amazon.in only. So I have restricted the site. So you can go with any search term, and first let's suppose we have to see password, PSSWD, or some file name, and I have the information that it is available on particular site, that is xyz.com. So there is nothing right now which is available in this site, and this site even don't existed. I just don't want to really reveal some confidential information about the sites. This is the most important key factors in our footprinting. We have the operators in the over google.com. Then we have the most important one, like the Google hacking databases. Before going to Google hacking databases, now what people usually do, they just basically combine most of the operators together. So let's say in title, so as the name suggested, okay, I have written in title. There are lots of like related search, people search password and admin login. If I go with admin login, in title is to admin login. So I have lots of pages over here where I'm getting the admin login, gateway, router configuration, network. So there are lots of pages with the admin login which is having in title. This is the title, right? So what people do, they basically combine multiple search term. So intranet, you already know what is intranet. Intranet is like some internal network which is accessible by VPNs in your companies. In URL is to intranet, plus in text is to human resources. In text is to human resources. Now here I'm having some of the information where I'm having intranet as the topic. Then in URL I'm having intranet over here. You can see over here we have the intranet in the URL. In text we have the human resources. So this is how we use it. Now the most exciting one, why this is important, you can see in the Google data. This is a Google hacking databases, GHDB. So it's contain particular information about the sites, and also you can go with like index of Aadhaar. I'm not a robot, of course. Talking about robot, you can see Mr. Robot in Amazon. This is not a promotion, but you can see for your interest to get more interested in cybersecurity. And the web series basically see and uses the tools, which is like if you copy the command, you will get the tool right. Now over here, I have written index of Aadhaar, right? Now there are lots of sites which is having the breaches available information about the Aadhaar cards and all. So I can just go over here, search for different JPGs exercise. So let's see Also don't download something because most of the times, okay, I'm having the PAN card of Manik Parsham Nasha. Okay, I just don't want to read the names, but you can see I have lots of information. So for this, I just gone with index of Aadhaar card. Now, what people use this for? Download movie, index of movies. So I have index of movies. So I can download many things. Index of let's say Star Wars. I want to download Star Wars. So Star Wars. So I have collection of Star Wars. So I have to see this. Okay, I'm having the Star Wars over here. You just have to click and your download will be started, or you can play. So this is how easy index of work. Now we are talking about Google hacking databases. Over here I can see index of SQL. If I open this on a new tab and I will go with search index of SQL, I have the information about SQL databases. We have, okay, this is the same site, then index of imported files. So I have the SQL information over here. Then if I go with access token, Apache 2.0, these are some of the example how you can use it. System.rules, these are the some internal files you can go with. So etc, then in the etc we have the most famous file is the password. So here the password, which is containing the information about internal login and all. This is the most critical pages if you find this vulnerability over the network. So let me show you. etc slash pass password bug. If you found this bug bounty, okay, just let me put a space over there because it is treating as, okay. Over here you can say this bug can vary up to $1 lakh. Normally people find this vulnerability, and after getting this vulnerability, you can see it's a jackpot for the real life. So this is about the system root. Now how people use it, you can just also add site is to a particular site. You can find it. So this is for your WordPress system 4.4. You can go with the most of the file are the WordPress files. This is the Google hacking databases. For the question and answer, the last 10 minutes will be given. Then these are known as the Google Docs. So in title, in URL, these are all the Google Docs. Now these are techniques for information gathering through search engines. Now there is one more thing, you can go with Google Advanced Search. Now here you can specify the words, exact phrase you want to search, any kind of thing, number ranging, narrow your results. This can result you to the better research option. But normally people will use doc. Right? You can also search by image. So I want to search. Okay, let's say you're running a YouTube channel. Now you want to say most of the people who are basically having my copy file. So you can go with search with image, upload a file. So let me upload a Bugatti, of course. If someone is using YouTube also, it can show in your result. So this is all the places where this image has been used. You can gather the information about the videos also. To get the information about video through search engine is, let's suppose I want to get the information about video. So I will search our website, that is our channel, that is PyNet Labs. Now over here I will take any of the video. Let's suppose this is the video. I will just copy the URL. Let's get the metadata of it. To get the metadata of it, I will go with YouTube data viewer. So now I'll search the URL, go with it, extract the data. Sometimes it's didn't work, the go button is stuck. Okay, no problem. Let's go with matw. I'll paste the URL, submit it. Now wait for it. Over here, when it is published, channel ID, title, this is all the information we have. View count, like count, favorite count, comment count. We have the what are the status, what are the things, license and all. We have the permission is also the most important information we have, thumbnails we have. Just wait for it. Okay, publish at the timing. Description. You can also see there's a tag option also, where you can copy the particular tag for your videos to get the reach. So here are the branding settings. You can see for any of the YouTube and you can copy it. This is for the YouTube data viewer. Most of people they know these are the things available on your search engine which you use day to day life, right? So these are things which are available in your valuable search engine. You can also search for FTP. To search for FTP, you can go with search FTP s.net. Now this is for the FTP file. You can search anything. Let's suppose I want to search Microsoft. I can search it. Over here I have the FTP package. I can just download it. Any of the file. We have the tar files. These are some of the internal files we have. Now the most important piece of information, like the most important thing which a hacker use, that is Shodan. The thing about the Shodan is, so wait a second, I want to verify that I'm not a robot. Huh. So the most important thing in the Shodan is you can search anything. If I search about any particular information, let's say I want to search about the Microsoft.com, I will get the information about the Microsoft.com, the internal servers, where they are situated, what are their ports open and all. I can search for traffic lights, like people use this Shodan.com to Shodan.io to control traffic light also, because they are having multiple threat vectors. So if you learn Shodan.io, you can see anything. Traffic lights. You can go with the traffic light. You can go with the webcams. So here the web services, but you have to hack again to see the web services. Most of them are open. I don't want to download anything. You can just go with the default name. Let me try this. This will not work. Of course, you have to do some things. No, I don't want to download anything. Of course not. And you also don't download anything from the network. You can go with web services, webcam. We can search over Shodan.io. So these are the Internet of Things you can see. So if I open this, here what you have to do is you have to basically find the passwords also for this. India Bijnor web view. And to find the passwords, we have different modules, of course. No, I don't want to install anything. Type multicast admin admin man TCP. Okay, just leave it over here. You can search and you can get. Most of the time, if possible, you will get a free webcam services which is available with the network. the port number you can visit over here. Let's suppose 3777. So let's see if the port is open for redirection. No, it's not for the redirection, but over here you can see we have the information about the web cameras services. You can just copy this URL, see more information, and most of the time you can just guess the password and you will get some internal login. If I go this, so I don't log in the page till now, right? Let's see if the page is visible to me or not. Okay, so I'll leave this over here and let's go to the next topic, that is finding company top level domains and subdomains, right? To find the company top level domain and subdomain, there's a good tool available in your Linux, that is AMAS. Previously, Netcraft will do this, but nowadays Netcraft is wanting some subscriptions to be paid. So the free tool we have is AMAS. AMAS. You can go with AMAS, enum-t, than any of the websites. So let's take a live website which is available over the network, or small websites. So let's say, okay, youtube.com, pynetlabs.com. Let's wait for it. By this way we can find the subdomains for our top level domain. So top level domain is our pynetlabs.com. Okay, so we have giveaway.pynetlabs.com. This is one of the domain. So what it will do is it will take this pynetlabs.com and add the prefix which is available over the network. So these are all the purchased domain by pynetlabs.com, and these are the domains which we use. So interns, SD-WAN, DevCore, Cisco, DevNet Associate. These are the domains. So this is about the subdomains. We can visit the subdomains and enumerate it more, but not in our company, of course. I just press Control C because there's lots of domain in every top level domain websites. So big websites, uh, they use this. Now let's get to a different topic. There's lots of searched with the subdomains and all. Let's get with the finding geographical location of the target. So for this you can use Earth 3D or your Google Map to gather information about the targets. I can just see with over India. So this will like you have seen with the one of the most famous series. I'm not getting the name. Okay, Money Heist. So over there, before entering more, what they will do is they will search the parameter. What are the parameters they have, right? So parameters, for searching parameters, we have 3D map where we have the 3D view of a particular infrastructure. Most of the time we have the 3D walking too. That's make our work more easier. So if I visit over here, we have the DLF Golf Club. If I click over here, we larger map. Okay, let's say we have landmark. Then we have, let's see if I get 3D walkthrough of some of the sites. By this, you can see, okay, over here we have photos. I can see, right? Here's the photo of the golf club that is available over DLF Golf Club. By this, I can see, like, if I want to physically penetrate this area, like to get the information where I can hide, where I can do the things like in the movies. So this is one of the things which normally people not do if they have a team, that's a different thing. Now, people search information on social networking site. In a facebook.com, we have, you can search information in facebook.com and get the information. But in India, we don't have particular directories about the individual information to search about. In foreign, we uses different of the websites, like one of the most famous website is Intel. So Intel. So this is the official site where we search for the people, first name, last name. So let's suppose the example which is given, that is Nicholas Cage, enter the city, that is the United States. Select state, that is the, I don't know what state. Let's say it's a New Jersey or all state. Let's go with the all state. So searching the subject. Now one of the most famous site we have, that is the LinkedIn, to gather the information about employer. Till the loading is getting load, our information is getting load, we will see and gather information about the from the LinkedIn. So for this, open your terminal in your Kali Linux, then go with the let me see, the harvester, that's the domain name. So I want to search information about employees in our PyNet Labs. So PyNet Labs, I want to list around 200 list of employees. Then I will search with the search engine which is LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, I'll press enter. Okay, so the harvester, H capital. I search it. Target is PyNet Labs. So let's say our information which is processed over here. By this, I'll get the information. So these are the things. Most of the employees work over the PyNet, so they have connection from the PyNet Labs. So this is how you can get the information about particular website. Or if I go with the most famous thing, or if I want to get the information about email, right? So for email, I have to basically get with the domain Microsoft.com. So we have the domain name .com. Press enter. And let me change the search engine. Press Ctrl plus C to basically exit your loop or exit your program. Search with the search engine, that is the Baidu. Exception with the Baidu host, okay, no problem. Baidu has been recently acting weird in India. Of course, it's Chinese engine, so it's not allowed in India most of the time. So let's search, let it get searched. You can also get the financial information from the Google, right? From the Baidu, we have the information about the email also, but over here we have the information about from the Microsoft.com. The employees work in the Microsoft.com. Now, this is the thing. This is the information we get from Telus, Nicholas and Cage, Amkers, Cage, and all the information from different of the nucleus. You can review the report. You can get the address and all. So this is not available in India. We don't have any particular directories. We have the Aadhaar, but it's more of the time it's more, you can say, safe. Then to get the information about the deep and dark web footprinting, that is covered in our main classes video. For this you have to download Tor, or just a glance. You can download the Tor, go with the onion links. That's it. Now to get the information about the operating system, To get the information about the operating system, we again use Shodan. So okay, Shodan over here. Now if I scroll up over here and if I search with the Microsoft, so Microsoft is very large company, you can say, and most of the time we can get the information. If I go with the Microsoft.com and if I go with this search information, I can say information about the operating system. For this, you have to log in over here. It's free to log in. Let me get the information about the operating system. Top organizations, I want to say Microsoft Corp. Okay, I have to log in. You can see TTL over here. You can find TTL. Wait, Live is not over here. For this, you have to find information. Normally, what we have is information over here. Top operating system, top organization, top port. Okay, over here, the top operating system about the infrastructure. Windows, Linux, Windows build some versions. So if I go with any of the websites that is publicly exposed, you can get the information about it. You can also use census to extract the information. Census, for census you have to request a demo or you have to find the search, because normally this is free in the previous thing. Okay, over here go to search, and I will go with the host over here. I can go with the host, let's say any IP address. You can see the information about the IP address, what are the basic information we have. This is for IP version 6, right? Census is also good for extracting the information. This is about the footprinting. What you have to do after footprinting is covered in the next module. For learning, we can contact, of course, Nitesh sir. I will share the information about this. Next up, let's search the information about okay, before going next, we can say what are the things we have in IoT. We have Alexa, we have Google. So those are things you can also search the information in Shodan. So in Shodan, you can search any of the IP addresses if you have. You can search Internet of Things. You can search many informations. So Shodan is very important piece of information for our day-to-day life. And collecting information through social engineering on social networking, attacker use social engineering tricks to gather information tricks. So um, normally what you have in your Telegram or in your social media, people approaches you to by the fake profile. Most of the times if you are a boy, they will approach with the girl fake profile, and they will ask for some sensitive information or your ID, or maybe for their own benefit they will ask you for some your recharge. In India, there's famous meme, you can say, for this. Now you can also use BuzzSumo. It's a advanced search engine. You can search for contact, but it's again pricey. So you can go with the free 30 days trial. You can search the information. You can find the most shared content for a topic of author or a domain. So by this, there's a lot of back topic in our social networking site. You can, of course, you can use Harvester. Now there is one more thing, that is Sherlock. So let me see if the Sherlock is installed or not. Search ERLOCK Sherlock PY. Okay, Sherlock is not installed. Let me see. Let's install Sherlock. Sherlock PY. Sherlock GitHub. Copy this. Hunt down from the social media. You can copy this. Now let me see over here. I have downloads and all. Okay, I can make the dir. Let me go to the super user mode. So there's you. mkdir shellog get clone. Let me clone it. And after cloning this, I'll just see what are the files we have. cd, okay, cd shellog ls. Okay, over here I will just go with sd so dot slash shellog ls dot python. I don't think so I have a requirement because this is the newly installed Linux. So for this you can go with pip p3 install requirements.txt. This will install the requirements which is available over here. Okay, so it has been installed requirements. Now let's use shellog. To use the shellog, we have the simple command. This is a python. Let's see, shellog is present over here. No, you have to see the shellog ls. We have python 3 shellog py. Then let's suppose you want to search information about me. Hope we didn't get an error. So searching Nirankar username. So these are the username which is available on particular websites. Shellog is used to find the username over the social media, to find information in the social media. Okay, I use the hacker earth. Previously I used to play Fortnite, so I use over here. I use Linktree. Okay, or you can go with the username particularly. This is the this is my name. You can go with the username. So for username, let's say I use this my username. You can search your username and you can find like what are the places where username is used. So I minimize this till the result is extracted. Now we'll move to the next topic, which is website footprinting. Website footprinting is a good topic to start, but for this I would say you can search for how to download Burpsuit Crack. I'm going with the community edition for a second. Wait for it to be extracted. Okay, till that. Okay, over here, so for configuration we have separate video posted on pynetlabs.com how you can configure Burpsuit. Use Burpsuit default. So we have configured over Microsoft or Firefox ESR to work with Burpsuit. Interceptor is off. Okay, so over here if I search for any website, so let's suppose I want to search a website for dell.com. If I search dell.com, so over here I have the information for the dell.com, but wait for it, we have not particular information. Intercept is off, but Let me search something. Error with the Dell.com. Let's see what is the error. Okay, if I go with the Dell particular website. Okay, the host is blocked. Problem. Okay, no problem, no issues. Uh, let's suppose we are going with the facebook.com, right? Now facebook.com over here, we can just add it to scope to get the bigger view. Like you can get the pirated version for your burp suite in YouTube. You can download those. Over here, if I go with the file structures, we can see the different file structures. We can see the ajax, we can see the process keys, we can get the JavaScript files over here. You can intercept it. So this is how you can get the website footprinting. Over here, if I go with any of the search, like if I go with this, I can send it to repeater. For WPT program, we have again a different course in our PyNet Labs. You can go with it. This is just a glance of it. Over here, this is the request which is sent, and this is the response. You can see the header files over here. You can see X powered by information. So X powered by information, X frame options contain XSS protection. So here is the no cross-site scripting protection. If I anyhow get any script to run it, you can go with it, or you can go with automatic pre-available, which is the automatic scanner for your website, which is Zap proxy. This is how you can get the information. The rest is up to you what you have to do with the information. Now let's wait for the Zap proxy, and you have to close the burp because they both use the same port, that is the 8080. Let's see over here. Okay, we have Instagram, we have Cool, not a time automated stand. You can go with HTTPS, or you can just I just want this is a free, and you can download any of the plugins which is available over the network. Want to get the information about facebook.com, so I'll copy the link. I can paste it over here. I can go with the attack. By this over here, I can get the security alerts, but most of the time they are fake. You have to go with the manual search only, because these are the security alerts which does not affect the security. So if you report this of the securities, you will not get anything. I'll stop it because it will take time. There are particularly different plugins you can download, you can work with. So this is how you can go with the website scanning or website footprinting. Now, extracting information from the archive. One of the most famous and one of the most favorite website which I know, that is archive.org. For this, we can see the internet archive. Let's say I want to get information about the facebook.com, how it's looking the first when it is launched. So I will search facebook.com. Over here we have the calendar. So it is launched in 2000 2022 October. So here is a snapshot of it, how it looked at the 22 October in 2000. You can see the images of websites, how it's look in the previous year, how it's going to be looking right now. So just wait for it. It will take time, of course. Okay, so here's the information about the facebook.com. This is the facebook.com from this site. Over here, this search our site. So this is the facebook.com, uh, which is developed in 2000. Okay, we get the information from 1998 also. So let's see how it's look in 1998. Till that, they can again the next topic. You can gather the word list from the target website. To gather the word list, we have CWL, then any of the websites. So let's say www.certifiedhacker.com. So, or let me gather some information from the used to life. We can go with amazon.in. So by this, we can gather the information. Okay, I'm not getting any information. So Amazon is using some security. I can go with certified hacker. Just wait for it. Okay, so here's the information. These are the keywords you can use for the penetration. You can also save it. This is about the website footprinting. Now here is the information. Okay, it's not properly loaded about the facebook.com, how it's look in 1998. Hmm. So now let's get back to our 20 topic, that is email footprinting, how you can track an email. Okay, before going to email, okay, let me open my mail. So I'll open my mail. For this I have to show the live example, so I'm using a personal mail to be shown. So this is the mail. For learning purposes, I'm exploiting my information to you, but it doesn't matter. You learn, that's matter. So let's see for the information. Wait for it. Now over here I can see my spam folder. So spam. Okay. Now Enrookie has sent some information. You have won 2 million US dollar from new Hotmail beta promo. I don't know that I'm that rich. So to see information, you can go with the mail. Go with show original. Now over here we have some of the information. We have received by, so this is the IP version 6 of the information. Then date and the time received by the originator email server, so which is over here, PST. Then we have the sender IP address. So for sender IP address, uh, here is the sender IP version 6 address. And again, we can scan the IP version 6 in Nmap. We can see the server from msn.com. So here's the header or authentication result you can find over here, amex.google.com, from where the mail server is taken. Authenticated system used. For that you have to find DKCMI for this information. Okay, DKMI pass, IM pass. Over here we have the header. So here's the file, you can see the authentication. Then we have sender full name. The downside we have, okay, for this you have to find, just go with the lower part, or you can just copy it, the whole information. You can copy the whole information, copy this and go with email meta data extractor. Wait, or you can email parser. Email data parser. You can paste the file, analyze the header, and you can get the information over here, right? So this is how you can get the information about the email, and also you can use the tool Infoga to get the information about the tracking. So here is the information about a tool. You can use this. It's very easy tool available in the GitHub Infoga. Now let's go with the whois lookup. Let me close the browser over here. Go with this browser. So let's see whois lookup. Now whois databases are managed by regional internet registries. So whois whois.is. So this is the site. Now whois query return domain name details, contact details, domain name servers. So there are things you can find many of the information about the domain. So if I go with microsoft.com, you can see I have the information about the domain. For particular domain I have the information. Here's the registrant contact information, administrative contact information. Now what normally people do with the small vendors, they don't purchase security, so they give their own number. So by this you can go with the social engineering. You have their own number. And also about the DNS information. So this is the information about Microsoft.com. I'm not going to release any information about the vendor. You can search with a small site, so they have the information about that. So you can go with DNS information. So DNS lookup, MX toolbox. So you can search with any URL. So let's go with the PyNetLabs.com. So before going with the DNS lookup, let me explain you what are the keywords we have in DNS. In DNS we have record type A. So it stands for points to host IP address. So A points to host IP address. So this is the record type. Then we have MX. So MX till now we have known for its point to mail server. Point to mail server. NS. So NS stand for basically host name server. So points to host name server. Then we have the C name, that is canonical naming allow aliases to host. So that is the C name. So it's a aliases to a host. Then we have SOA, that indicate authority for a domain. So it's a record type which indicate authority for a domain. Then we have SRV, that is the service record. Then we have the PTR, that map IP addresses to a host name. Then RP, that is the responsible person. Then we have HINFO, that is the host information record including CPU type and OS. These are the record which is normally not released by any of the DNS information if the security is purchased, but for the security purposes people go with the cheap DNS record type. So cheap, you can say host provider, that is CPU type and OS, TXT. So TXT stands for unstructured text record. Now after knowing this of the keywords, let's go and search for the thing. So A for PyNet Labs is a domain name, so it's point to host IP addresses, right? So I'm going with the MX lookup. So if I search for the MX lookup, so we have the mail protection for the outlook.com, so we use this outlook.com for our mail. Then I can go with the TXT lookup, so we have unstructured text over here. So these are things how you can search for the site, right? Now there's one more thing, you can use DNS recon for the DNS lookup. So DNS recon, to use it, this is more simple way, but it takes times, lots of times. So I'll write the command DNS recon -r, then IP ranges. So you can range the IP addresses. So let's suppose the IP address is 162.241.0-162.241.216.255. So here's the range. -r stands for range. So you can you can basically search for DNS for a particular range. Right, you can also locate for the network. So for finding the IP addresses, you can go with the ARIN. Now it is American registry. You can search for the IP addresses. So 207.1.2.3. So let's suppose this is okay. It's a invalid host, by the way. 207. That is a class C address. I will go with most of the people don't use this IP address. I will go with 122. It's a class C address, but normally people rarely uses 207. Most of the people use 192 and all. So over here we can see the history. I'm repeating, class C is not invalid. I just mistakenly to talk about it. But I was talking about 207 because most of the people don't use it in your day-to-day life. 207, most of the people uses 10.10 or something like IP addresses. Servers IP addresses can be 207.46.232. I just put plus sign over there. 182. Okay. So over here we have the addresses and all, registration. This is how we can find the network who is. So next step also, you can use tracer it, so to get the information about network. In Windows we have, let me go with the Windows, CMD. Let's see, I have installed or not. Tracer it, then the IP addresses for Google, You can go with the random IP address. I'm using one of the IP address which I have saved. So here I have the tracer out. So it is a hoop between you and the connection. And Kinux we have tool that is TCP tracer route. Then the destination. So I'm taking a Google, for example. Okay. Go to SU password trace route www.google.com. Okay, here's the hub. So you can just analyze this attacker conduct tracer route to extract information about network topology, trusted net routers, firewall location. For example, after running server tracer route, an attacker might obtain the following information like this is the information, the hoops and all. You can see these are the hoops which which is available between me and the network firewall. You can use tracer route, one of the most famous tool. So at last, I think so this is our last topic. After this, that is the footprinting through social engineering, right? You might get a call about getting free lottery and all. That is a footprinting through social engineering only. They're getting instructing information, and after a few step, like after 2 or 3 call, they will apply social engineering. So what are the things that is available in our day-to-day life in our footprinting through social engineering? We have eavesdropping. So eavesdropping, it is the unauthorized listening of conversation. What people do, for example, this is me talking in the phone. This is you. You are a evil person. So you will listen my conversation. So it's a eavesdropping. Then we have a shoulder surfing. Or shoulder surfing. Suppose you're traveling in metro or any public vehicle, or you are just doing some desk job. So you're sitting a particular pace uh, through your shoulder or through your through behind you. Some person can peek the information what you are seeing. That is a shoulder surfing to get the critical information such as password, personal identification number, account number, credit card information. So shoulder surfing is that I can see from behind you, or like gathering information by observing you. On eavesdropping is unauthorized listening of conversation. Now let's talk about dumpster driving. Now dumpster driving is looking for treasure in someone else's trash. What is it? Like if you're running a company, let's suppose XYZ, and you have sent the particular different type of trashes, that is the used hard drives, CPUs, and technical technical storage which is containing some of the information, and you send them this to a trash. Now what people will do, they will find trash, like it's a great motto, like someone trash is your treasure, so they will find the information in the trash. If they find the SSD, like hard drive, this is the hard drive SSD, so they will get the SSD, and or any of the hard drive SSD or any of the information which is containing your information. They will take this and restore this and get the information. That is a dumpster driving. So it involves collection of phone bills, contact information, financial information, not only the technical things. People also drop some. This is for the example of technical things. Then I'm going with a different example. So you basically throw your information like phone bills or your account information. You just thrown it without basically cutting it or making a smaller pieces you thrown it. So what people will do, or your organization competitor will do, they will find the information in trash. So they will use the information. Now next up we have impersonation. So impersonation, this is like pretending to be a legitimate or authorized person and using the technology. So pretending to be a legitimate or unauthorized, or basically authorized, sorry about that, or authorized person. So and using the unauthorized things like impersonation is this. Let's suppose I'm getting into a company by the name of any employee, and that is a new joinee, and I get inside the company, do some things, and get out of the company. That is the impersonation. That is that about the social engineering. And I think so by this we have completed our module. Let me recheck it. Till that, if you have any doubt, please let me know. Let me see the event. If you have any doubt, please let me know in the chat box. Okay. So we have completed footprinting concept. Okay. Network footprinting is done. Footprinting to social engineering is done. So we have completed all the topics for today. For getting more information, you can go with the PyNet Labs. So here is the company detail, pynetlabs.com. You can contact Nitish sir. He will get you to me, or any information you can just contact Nitish sir. So here's the number 9821215002. And if you are from outside India, you can contact with this number, and you can send mail. So you can contact Nitish sir for your better deal. He will let you know about the courses and structure, fee structure, and all. It's a great start for your career in cybersecurity. Now let me read your questions if you posted some. I think so there's no doubt till now, so let me finish and wind up the session. Thank you for joining. See you in the next free webinar or see you in the course. Please contact PyNet Labs for any query.